Okay, great. We'll go ahead and get
Sorry if
started.
y'all hear screaming baby in the background.
Oh, I can relate. Here you go. We'll start with Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Patrick. I know you guys, it's early and you guys are just getting started right now, but there things you see, things that tell you that maybe the passing game this year is going to be what you maybe hoped would be last year? And how confident are you that you can get to that point? And Sid, I'll have one quick follow up as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously everything looks great right now. I mean, getting the guys back healthy, as far as Rashee and having Hollywood fully healthy and Xavier in year two, I think the offense has a chance to be really, really good. It's just about keeping building. I'm excited to kind of have these guys again. Just with we've had a lot of turnover in the receiving room, and it seems like the core group will be back in its entirety. So the goal is to try to build on it and get even better and try to get back to some of the explosive passing plays that we've done in years past.
Yeah, you mentioned Rashid. How's he looking? And what are your expectations for him, given how he was playing at the time of the injury, but now he's coming off the injury?
Yeah, no, I mean it's the expectations are high. I mean he looks really good. He's running routes. He's catching the football. I don't know when we get back into the actual OTAs, how much he'll be able to do, but he's been able to do everything here as far as running routes and everything like that. And I know it was unfortunate that how he got hurt last year, but it was so early in the season that he's going to get pretty much a complete off season, which I think will be big going into this season.
Next, we'll go to Sam McDowell.
Hey, Patrick, and Sid, I'll have a quick follow-up. But just when you look back at last year, obviously you guys in the offseason had put a big emphasis on the explosive and downfield passing game. When you look back at it now, how do you just diagnose that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like we got to the goal that we wanted to. I think the injuries definitely affected it a little bit, but my goal is to be better and trying to give guys chances down the field. And I mean, if you look at the only real positive I think from the Super Bowl, was the second half of me just kind of getting back to we got to throw the ball deep, we have to push the envelope, and you saw Xavier making some big plays down the field, and so. Trying to take positives away from that and from the rest of the season as well is we got the guys. It's about me trusting them, making the throws downfield and letting them make plays.
And then just how do you map out this time with the guys? I mean, I assume you've got some sort of blueprint that you go by. Does it change year to year? Can you kind of just give us a sense of what that's like?
Yeah, it changes a little bit. I mean, I think we start off with some therapy in the morning, some stuff to get the guys' bodies right, get a nice workout in, and then get to the field. And once you, even though we're not in person, we're still doing virtual meetings, so you know what the coaches are talking about, and it's about taking those routes to the field, explaining it to them the way I see it and the way the coaches see it, and so that when we get back in the building here in a couple weeks, guys have a jump start of what we expect and how we're going to go about our business. And like I said, it helps that this year it's a lot of the same receivers that I've worked with previously, and so not a ton of teaching. A lot of guys know what they need to do. It's just refining their skills.
Let's go next to Vahe.
Hey, Patrick. I wonder if there's any difference in mentality for you coming off a Super Bowl win versus coming off a Super Bowl loss in terms of how you enter the grind of the offseason, if it's a different sort of motivation. And Sid, if I could have a follow-up too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty motivated anyways, but I think when you get some of those tiring sets or tiring reps that you're in the workout, you have something in the back of your mind that you're kind of pushing towards, and you have that bad taste in your mouth from the last time you stepped on the football field, and you kind of have to hear about it all off season. So it gives you the push that you want to go out there and be better and show what we're really about.
And when you referred a moment ago to needing to be better, I was wondering what you feel like your own points of emphasis are this off season, and what it is as you examine last season that you really want to try to enhance.
Yeah, I mean, there was opportunities in games for deep shots that I either didn't take or we missed barely, and I think if we can get back to hitting some of those throws, I mean, we preached about this last offseason. It opens up the rest of the offense, and so that helps the run game, that helps the medium pass game, everything. And so you want to get back to that. Defenses are starting to creep up a little bit more and forcing us to get back to the deep throws, and so we have to be versatile enough to be able to do both, hit the deep shots and hit the underneath stuff, and that's when we'll be at our best.
Thanks.
We'll go next to Matt Derrick.
Hey, Patrick, and two questions if you have time. Curious if Gardner Minshew is down there with you, how well you know him, and what kind of perspective and different voice do you see him bringing maybe to the quarterback room than you've had in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I've obviously just kind of met him through passing. He's been down here working with us, and I feel like we're going to have a really good quarterback room just in general. And I think having Gardner, a guy that loves the game, comes in with the right mentality every single day. And a guy that pushes the envelope, kind of like what we've been talking about. And so I think having someone that's going to push me to take chances down the field, it'll be big to continue to work and build our chemistry on the field, but also push each other on it as well.
At the combine, Brett Veach said that he and Matt Nagy talk about the fact that maybe you know too much at this point, that maybe you see things that defenses don't even do now because you're that far advanced. But said it, so much of it just comes back to settling your feet and trusting the protection. Does that resonate with you? Is that something that you feel like that you agree with and you see too?
Yeah, in a sense, I mean, I think just this last year, especially, I don't like sometimes you give guys too much credit and knowing what the coverage is and how it's supposed to be played and you know what your reads are. But at the same time, you still have to go through your progression, and that's something that I have to continue to do. So even if it's a too high coverage or whatever it is, there's still chances for me to throw the ball down the field. I have to go through the progressions the right way and trust in the play call and trust in the protection. And that's something that I'll try to get back to this year and stuff that I have to continue to get better at.
We'll go next to Todd Levo.
Patrick, a couple of things. First off, looking back at the tape and everything you went through last year on the line at left tackle, you guys had some struggles here and there. What was that like going through all that, and what do you like about the moves that have happened so far for you guys to kind of shore that up? And I'll have one little quick one after this.
Yeah, I mean, it's the guys that were battling, that are trying to find their spot in the NFL to compete and be great. And I thought guys did good jobs. Obviously, the Super Bowl left a bad taste in everybody's mouth, but I thought throughout the season, guys stepped up and made big plays happen and protected when they needed to be to protect. And I think this year, just trying to solidify the group, bringing in a guy like Jalen Moore and a guy that's played some snaps, learned under Trent Williams, someone that we have big expectations for. It's just you get a core group of guys that you want to solidify, and you never can account for injuries and stuff like that. But hopefully, a group that will be kind of together throughout the entire year. Because when you look at the great offensive lines, a lot of times it's a unit. It's everybody. It's not just one guy here and there. And so we're excited for it, and there'll be healthy competition in camp. But we'll find the five right guys that we'll go with, and we'll have guys behind them ready to go as well.
And then you talked before about getting a new look with the hair. You finally pulled the trigger and cut the hair. What went into that decision? What's the reaction been from folks for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've wanted to do it for a while, but it was kind of one of those superstitions. I kept winning the Super Bowl, which is a good thing, but I didn't want to cut the hair while I was doing it. And so I had told everybody during the season that win or lose, if we win three in a row or if we lose, I'm getting the haircut. Like that's enough. And I'm very excited. Like I've looked at some videos from last year, and I can't believe all you guys let me keep that nappy hair for so long. Like I look way better now with the short hair, so I'll be keeping this going forward.
We'll go next to Mackenzie.
Just wondering if you could share what your draft experience was like, as we're just a day away now, and I'll have a quick follow-up too.
Yeah, no, I got to spend it back at home, and I was we were talking about it actually today. We were throwing with some of the guys, and I was very excited to be able to spend it back at home with the people I grew up with and the people that believed in me, and being able to get drafted by the Chiefs and the team I wanted to draft me and draft me in the 10th overall. It was super exciting, and you're so nervous all day long. I remember I played a round of golf in the morning, and I don't remember one shot from that golf round. You're just trying to keep your mind off of it. But then you live out your dream and you find out where you're going to go. And got to do it with the people that were special to me, and not a moment that I'll have and they'll have for the rest of their lives.
And then just one last thing, how much feedback do you give on maybe some of these draft prospects?
Yeah, I talked to Brett Veach a ton about just the guys that he's looking at and the thought process of the draft. But I let those guys make the decisions. I mean, Coach Reed's done it for a long time. Veach has done it for a long time. They've gotten a lot of great players around me, and if they want me to give my input on guys, I'll watch film and give input. But at the end of the day, they know what's best for the team, and they're going to go out there and pick the guys they think are going to make us or keep us Super Bowl contenders.
We've got two left. Go back to Sam McDowell.
Patrick, you mentioned Hollywood Brown. What was just the disappointment of not having him for the full year after the training camp he had, and what's the excitement to have him back?
Yeah, no, I mean, y'all saw it in training camp how special of a football player he is, and did everything the right way. Was in the building early, was in the building late, was teaching other guys, and for him to get injured in kind of a freak deal there, the first play of the preseason, it stung. But I was happy to have him back at the end of the season and him to kind of get back in within the offense. I think now with hopefully him having a full off season in training camp and staying healthy and continuing to grind through. His role will expand even more. I mean, it's hard to throw guys in at the end of the season and try to give him a huge role. And I think you can see when he gets the football in his hands and he has a huge role in our offense, it makes everybody go. And so excited for him. Also, that receiving room just in general, all really good friends and all want each other to have success. And I think he can be one of the better receiver rooms in this league with the guys that we have in it.
Last one. Go ahead, Vahe.
Patrick, I wonder how you balanced after the season, sort of decompressing and recovering versus getting right back on it, and how fast you sort of got back into getting ready for another season.
Yeah, I mean, I got back into it pretty quickly. I mean, when you end in the Super Bowl, you don't have a lot of time to get away. But I had a baby. I just had a baby, so I got to spend time with the baby a little bit more and spend time with my kids. And then kind of just started getting workouts back in. And I have a good way of kind of working out first and throwing on my own first. And by the time the guys get here, I feel like I'm in a good spot. And so got away for a little bit, but we're back at it now. And glad a lot of these guys have came down to Texas. I mean, we've had pretty much everybody down here at least one day or a couple. And so we've gotten some good work in. We'll finish that up these next week or two, and then we'll get to Kansas City. And I'm excited to get back and get back into the swing of things.